All right, let's bring in meteorologist Kristi Gordon now with a look at our weather forecast. And we saw the tree coming down in Stanley Park, the barge, runaway barge in English Bay, Kristi. It is windy out there, but that windy?
I know that's what's really tough to sort of tell. You know, warning criteria for our area is 70 kilometers an hour. We were nowhere near 70 kilometer an hour winds. But what we did have was sustained winds all the way since last night at midnight. Sustained westerly, northwesterly flow really pushing up onto the coast. And these were sustained at 30 kilometers an hour and the gusts reached 45. So is it enough to really do some of that damage? I don't necessarily know, but we certainly had some whitecaps out on the water, and with that sustained wind, it can sort of create some problems. The winds have come down a little bit in terms of the gusts this hour. We're at 14 degrees, and the sustained winds, though, are 28 kilometers an hour, I should say. And we are trending towards the sunshine that we've been advertising for so long. So we're talking about 5 days of sunshine. The breakdown of this ridge of high pressure is on Mother's Day. At this point, we're calling for dry conditions, but it does look like it'll be a little bit cooler on Mother's Day. Not for those of you in the interior, though. We'll stay hot right through Mother's Day. I want to just point out the fact that we do have a little bit of rainfall in store for the North Coast region tomorrow, but otherwise you will see sunshine as you head into your Thursday, and all other areas certainly will be enjoying sunshine. So there you go. There's the rainfall for the North Coast region. Sunny skies expected across the southern regions, and really that's the pattern for the next several days. So Sophie, near the water, we're talking about 20-degree weather. This is Friday and Saturday, and away from the water, Metro Vancouver will be up to 27, 28 degrees. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Kristi. Well, it was breezy.
We almost had another barge on the beach. That's how breezy it was, but thankfully lots of sunshine today, too. Here's Kristi with the forecast.
Thanks so much, you two. So yes, so we had a strong westerly flow, northwesterly flow across the region today. Not nearly warning criteria. Warning for our area would be 70 plus kilometers an hour. We were only at sustained winds at 30 kilometers an hour, gusts up to 45. But what was interesting is that it was sustained strong winds all day long since midnight last night. And so that really likely had an impact all across the English Bay area. Meanwhile, just in the last hour, we've had a drop in temperature, a drop in the winds, and that has had an increase in the temperature. Look at this. So we went from 14 degrees throughout the day to 18 degrees just in the last hour as those winds died down. So it was really just in the last hour that we've seen this transition, and this is the heat that we're going to see over the next little while. The timeline is that we're going to see a good 5 days of it. The two hottest days will be Thursday and Friday. We're still expecting temperatures to come down on Mother's Day. It is still looking dry on Mother's Day, but it will be a little bit cooler and cloudier. That's the timeline that we're looking right now, and this is still a long-range forecast, so keep that in mind. Meanwhile, for those of you in the interior, still hot on Sunday. It's Monday that you'll see that transition towards that cooler air mass. So here's a look at the region for tomorrow. Still some rainfall for the North Coast area. It's not until Thursday for your region that you'll see the sunshine, but straight sunshine expected across much of the rest of the province, from the BC Peace River area right down and through the southern interior, and certainly across the south coast. So highs ranging from 15 to 19 degrees tomorrow. We're expecting it to be the hottest on Friday and then Saturday, but then Sunday we may see a little bit more cloud cover on Mother's Day. Still keeping it dry at this point, though, thankfully. All right, tonight's Central Windows weather window is coming to you from somewhere along the coast, where Sylvia took this photo as she was returning from Alaska on a cruise ship. She captured this image as the sun was setting and the boat was heading further south. Back to you.
Wow.
Getting her money's worth on that cruise, obviously.
Yeah, beautiful. Thanks, Kristi.
All right, we've had some good battles at the BC legislature lately, but it was all smiles.